We are grateful.
Better now.
We are grateful that you are here. Jessica, you can go ahead and take it here because I have plenty of questions for Taylor, but forgive me, Jessica's bumped me out of the way because she's very eager to talk to you.
Dan, I would just like everyone, including Taylor, to know that in 7th grade, I won a Twilight trivia contest and won an early release of the final book of the Twilight series at midnight at my local Barnes & Noble. And those are my Twilight bona fides.
No, please continue. Just continue
You have
with
more.
him.
Go ahead,
I don't
Jess.
know. I can ask him plenty of questions.
Read the book in 6 hours.
But please go ahead and interview him so you can geek out on whatever the stuff is that you want to geek out on.
Well, before she does that, Dan, were you Team Edward or Team Jacob?
I really don't want to do this because they're going to make me feel very.
There's only one answer to that. When
Jacob, thank you for the help. Thank you. Don't
embarrass us.
Everyone here is Team Jacob.
Okay, my apologies.
Most
say
of us.
so.
Most of us.
Hey, I mean, my own fiance was Team Edward, so you guys are fine.
Oh,
All right.
Congratulations on all that. That's a bummer to hear for some of us. So.
What, that he's getting married? Huge bummer.
So he's beefcake.
He is so good
Dan,
looking.
don't
This guy.
objectify him. That's so
Stop
weird.
doing that because I've seen him do a roundhouse kick and he'll kick it clean off.
Well,
He said my name.
But
you won't even need to cauterize it. It'll be like that fast.
Well, but this is the thing, though. He was a mixed martial artist as a young person, so it's not just that he's sexy and you're objectifying him, but also you're like a legitimate athlete, right? You're an ass kicker.
I mean, I like to think that. I do like to think that. But yeah, I did start martial arts when I was like 6 years old.
And how good were you?
Okay. When I stopped doing it, I was a 4-time world champion.
Good looking ass kicker and modest. I have a quick question. Taylor, can you be too good looking?
Yeah, just look at Dan.
We're all laughing hard because we know.
No, that's the
know
highest
it's a joke. We
compliment.
know it's a joke,
that
Taylor.
wasn't the thing. That's not where he was being funny.
Because
He's got such good judgment on what is handsome and what should be correctly objectified.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
He's gotten a lot bigger since he was on TV.
Taylor, do you think that you're good looking? Do you look in the mirror and say to yourself, I am hot?
No.
What kind of question is that, Stugotz?
That's a terrible question. Mine was way better. I'm sure you looked in the mirror before you went out for like SNL and like, yeah, I got a cooking today.
Yeah, that was that was many moons ago though. I'm pushing 30.
New Moon, good movie.
I'm pushing 30.
Well, let's backtrack for a second because I would imagine that would be super scary no matter how confident you are and how much beefcake you are. Were you like 17 years old when you hosted something ridiculous Saturday Night Live?
I was 17 when I did it, and it was, and still probably is to this day, like the most nervous I've ever been in my life. It was absolutely terrifying.
Well, tell us about that because I can't even imagine. When I heard that you were hosting Saturday Night Live at 17, I'm like, I do not care how confident this person is. I do not care how great he is at whatever it is that he does. You're going to put the pressure of a live television show where he and his confidence have to carry everything on comedy when, I mean, you're not singing and dancing, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'll just say, like, you know how when you're young, you're young and dumb and naive. Like, I'm thankful that I did it then and not now because I don't know if I'd be able to now. Like, my heart just wouldn't be able to handle it. But I definitely had, like, I don't know. I just didn't realize how big and, incredible that was when I was 17. So but man, if I were to do that today, I'd crap my pants before going on that stage.
Well, following up on terrifying moments on TV, correct me if I'm wrong, but you were in the background of the MTV Movie Awards when you were handing Taylor Swift the award and Kanye walked on stage. Which moment was more terrifying for you?
SNL, because I didn't know what was happening on that VMA moment. I presented her the award, and we were actually dating at the time. And when Kanye hopped up on stage, I thought it was a skit. I thought they rehearsed this. I was like, oh, this is funny. And if you look at the footage, I'm like kind of laughing in the background. And then the moment that she it finished and she turned around and I saw her face, I was like, oh, wait, what just happened? Like, that wasn't planned. And I'd go with SNL on that one.
That's funny. The second one is the universe is art for you, but the first one, what you're telling us is even with what you've accomplished since then, that at 17 you were too dumb to know better, that right now you'd turn down the offer? You wouldn't do it.
I definitely would not turn down the offer. No. But it would mean so much more because I look back and understand how freaking cool that is. And at 17, like, I didn't really watch the show too much, and I was just young and dumb. I was like, all right, this is going to be fun. I mean, I still was insanely nervous, but I just can't imagine doing that today.
So when you were approached about this new project, Home Team, streaming now on Netflix, and they told you about, it's a Sean Payton movie, it goes back to the high school, blah, 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 and Kevin James is attached, was your first question, who's playing Sean Payton after that?
That's good.
You look more like Sean Payton.
I mean,
is
it's
what I'm saying.
ridiculous. It's Sandler getting one of his guys a gig. Admit it.
Hey, I love the Sandler family, so I love how loyal he is to his boys. But I mean, you'd be surprised, when Kevin threw on the wig and some of the Sean visor and the whistle and everything, and got the accent down. Like, he did pretty good.
Now wait a minute, you can't sell that load of shit around here. Listen to me. This is.
So what do you do? What are you doing?
No, this is what I will say. I want
Careful,
to. I want to
Dan.
have an honest moment.
I dare you to put him in this spot.
Wait a second. In Dan's defense, he's right.
Wait a minute.
Sexist
No.
bullshit
Wait a
question.
minute. Everyone, back off for a second. I want to have
I'm defending you.
I want to have an honest moment with one of these Hollywood types. He is here.
All right.
To talk about the new Netflix comedy Home Team, okay? And he is here to sell that movie, and I'm telling you should watch that movie, and not just because the internet is making fun of how little Kevin James looks like Sean Payton, because he does not look like Sean Payton, and no matter how famous you are and how great this movie is, I will not have you come on this program and tell me that he looks like Sean Payton. He does not.
Look, I'm friends with Sean. I've been friends with Sean for 12 years. He definitely does not look identical to Sean, but personality-wise, when he stepped on that field for the first day of shooting, and he started talking, I did do a double take, and I was like, "Dang, you really got this down! Like, you've done your homework."
Method acting. You're telling us. You're telling us.
You had to close your eyes.
You had to put on the visor.
You're telling us that Kevin James, method actor, summoned the ability to make it believable as Sean Payton. And then there's the story that you decided to pursue, which is a heartwarming one, correct? It's Sean Payton, after his paid killers got into a giant Bounty Gate scandal, fled to youth league football. That's the story you're telling, correct?
That is the story, yeah. That's a true story. And it's pretty accurately based on that.
And did you enjoy the telling of that story? What drew you to the project?
It really was it was a dream project for me, because it's a really full circle story. I met Sean 10, 11, 12 years ago when I was filming the last two Twilight movies in Baton Rouge. He invited me to a home game, and I was like, what? And then I show up, and he gives me the headphones. He tells me I'm going to be watching the game from the sidelines. I'm standing with the players and the coaches watching the game. He's like, here's your headphones. Don't press this button or you'll be talking to Drew. And he was just the coolest dude ever. And that started our friendship. I invited him and his daughter to the set of Twilight. Cut to 7 years later, I'm on the set of Ridiculous 6 in Santa Fe, New Mexico. And Sean and his daughter Megan come and visit me on set. And it was there that Megan ended up meeting Adam Sandler's brother-in-law, Chris, who they hit it off. They've been dating ever since. And Chris ended up writing the script about Megan's dad, Sean. And Chris is a buddy of mine. And he asked me before he started writing the script, he's like, hey, thanks for introducing me to Megan. I'm gonna write a script about, Sean's year off. Do you want to be a part of it? I was like, absolutely.
Taylor, let's make SportsCenter together, you and I. Is he going to Dallas, Sean Payton? Say it.
I I could certainly see it happening. I
God.
literally have no idea. I mean, I think he's definitely going to take a break, which I respect. But I could see him coming back at some point, and obviously that seems like a very possible destination.
If you had to be a little firmer because you again wanted to,
I mean, this guy can't get firmer.
if you want to get us on SportsCenter because you can appreciate
Took
the
you a second.
absurdity of us getting on SportsCenter with Taylor Lautner divulging news that ESPN insiders and information men don't have. If you would be courteous enough, instead of Stugotz's way of doing it, which is just saying do it,
Yeah.
to just give us the news that allows us to put this joke on SportsCenter, can you now say something firmer than that?
I wish I could. I mean, the guy hasn't even returned my text yet, so I'm left on red. So I
Who would not return your text? Well, that's crazy
Does that-
talk.
Are your shoulders made of carbon fiber?
But I will say this: in my personal opinion, I could see it happening, and I would love to see it happen.
Not newsy enough. Not newsy enough. I
Right.
need you to say I've talked to him. It's going to happen. I can
Sidestep
report
the
it.
carbon fiber
I can
question.
report it exclusively. Answer Mike's hard-hitting question.
Yeah. Are your shoulders made of carbon fiber?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I knew it. There had to be something. I don't know how you get them so robust and toned.
How do you get them so robust and toned?
A lot of sweet potatoes and turkey patties.
There's more to it than that.
Yeah, I don't believe
I have
you.
those all the time, and look at me.
Kyle Brandt says make every rep count. Do you make every rep count?
Absolutely. I mean, it's different these days. Like when I was 17, 18 years old, it was consume the most amount of calories possible and, don't break a sweat in the gym, just lift weights. Now it's like, I got to cut my calories, watch them, and do tons and tons of cardio, sweat as much as possible. It's horrible.
Counting calories. Taylor, give me your fattest day. Because I know that you like cake batter ice cream. Tell me the most you've ever
Your
crushed in one
fattest day,
sitting.
the guilt at night, your stomach hurts, and you're gross. You're disgusted with yourself. And
You have experience?
Wednesday for me.
That's definitely my weakness is, nighttime ice cream. I'm guilty. You can't put me in the same room with ice cream.
Okay, so but answer his question. Like, when will you crush it so much that you feel shame?
I would say probably all of 2020. I ended up putting on probably 20 pounds in 2020.
So depression, fat, ice cream eating?
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely. And just like rebellion against the gym. Like I spent so many of my younger years in the gym that I just like grew this hate for it and it was unhealthy. And then in the last few years, I just like rebelled against it. I was like, I can't stand the thought of going in the gym. So it's just like eating, not, working out. And then about a year ago, I was like, all right, this ain't healthy. I got to get this together.
And so then what was the regimen? Because did you actually get slovenly or were you just slightly less beautiful?
I mean, to me, I look at pictures, of what I looked like a year ago. And, I lost 35 pounds in the last year. So I looked at pictures of me a year ago and I was like, holy crap, I can't believe you let that happen to you.
Well, Taylor, thank you for taking us on a dark ride through your ice cream eating and pandemic.
What are you doing, Dan?
What did I do? I did that. I just thought that it'd be fun to talk about eating, to find a connecting place. I was jealous of you guys. You guys were connecting. I wasn't connecting.
I have a connecting question for Taylor. Taylor, so Twilight has kind of taken on a life of its own now on TikTok. There's all these videos of people with the TikTok or with the Twilight theme playing. Do you know what I'm talking about? Have you seen any of these TikToks? Has it kind of brought like a renewed popularity for Twilight back into your life?
See, I'm not on TikTok, but I do fans will come up to me and they're like saying these sayings, like there's like certain lines that apparently like are going viral on TikTok. And I don't fully understand it because I'm not of the TikTok world. But I think between that happening, and the movie's coming back on Netflix, it definitely has like resurfaced a new wave of Twilight fans, and I've definitely felt that over the last year or so.
So a lot of the videos are about Renesmee, the creepy baby from the last movie. Can you talk about working with the creepy baby and how creepy the baby was?
You sound like such a fan.
I was Team Jacob.
It was definitely as creepy in person as it looks. It was pretty terrifying. It was like, we couldn't do it a little better than this, guys.
Oh, so you didn't think you wanted it better than the creepy baby? Like, couldn't they do better than a creepy baby?
Yeah, like a lot of the fans, tease it because there's some wonderful CGI in the movie, but for some reason, Renesmee, when she was a baby, it's a little questionable how she looks. It's a little terrifying.
Jessica's roaring with
Dude,
laughter. Okay, now you're going to make a bunch of people Google it because.
It's horrifying.
All right,
this is why I hate kids.
All right, now let's go ahead. So fine, go ahead.
Oh my God.
Yes, go ahead and just discuss the creepy baby as long as you guys would like, and let's get him out of here on that note. Again, we will tell the audience, please, Taylor, the new Netflix comedy Home Team, where Kevin James looks exactly nothing like Sean Payton, but you should watch it anyway.
Look, I did a Google
You
image
should
search.
watch
I'm
it
laughing.
anyway. I don't mean make him mad or his publicist, man. This is no indictment of what it is they've made. It's just this role went to Kevin James, and he doesn't look much like Sean Payton.
That's all right.
And we should add that Jacob's baby with Bella would have been very attractive.
Yeah, we should have added.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Taylor, thank you for being on with us. I'm sorry if the people at Home Team thought I did a very poor job of promoting your movie because I'm just ripping the way Kevin James looks.
Hey, I mean, Kevin James aside, I think if you're a football fan, a Saints fan, a Sean Payton fan, you'll appreciate the movie.
Thank you, Taylor. I'm sorry for being an asshole.
Love you guys.
He was an asshole, right, Taylor?
He loves us.
I love Dan, so I could never call him that.
Oh man.
And Mike.
What about
and
me?
Jess is
Not
as
Mike
well,
and
in
Jessica.
addition to
Thank you
Dan.
for loving me,
Bye,
Taylor.
Mark.
Taylor, thank you. I didn't have to
Bye,
fight
Mark.
for your love, and you gave it to me anyway. Thank you. I
You
appreciate it.
interrupted him. I think he was going to say
That's
he loves
what
us.
true love is, man.
I don't deserve it. He loves me and not you guys. I'm sorry.
You should
Thanks
see
for
him
having me,
today.
guys.
Not
Thank
the
you.
same.
Thank you.
Later.